Hi everyone, and welcome to my Herald of the Titans guide for 6.0.3. For anybody not familiar with this feat of strength, it requires you to kill Elgalon the Observer in Ulduar at level 80, with an eye level or no gear higher than 226 eye level, with the exception of your weapon that can be 232. So as you can see, my gear here did not quite match up there. It was a little bit lower than what was required, and I was actually using a Mistweaver tanking helm. Monk is probably not the best class to roll for this, seeing as you skip out on a lot of your set bonuses, on all of your set bonuses in fact, but it is definitely doable. You're going to want to use Cataclysm, Food, and Flasks. In this case I was buffing myself with Spirit Intellect, so Spirit Flask, Intellect, Food. Everybody would need to experience cap themselves. Otherwise, there could be an issue of somebody leveling and ruining the achievement. Just double check that your entire raid is familiar with the encounter. I will go through and explain as much of that as I possibly can. When you first pull Elgalon, he does not start combat immediately. The DBM timer is a little bit wonky, so just watch yourself if you're pre-potting, and maybe pop it a little bit early. You'll want to use Heroism or Bloodlust at the very beginning of the fight, with 2 tanks, we use 3 healers, and 5 DPS. So that's probably a good comp for 6.0.3, just because tanks are getting hit fairly hard. We had 2 Death Knight tanks. My previous attempts had included a paladin that was fairly indestructible, but as you can see, Elgalon's health goes down really quickly. He does an ability called Cosmic Smash, which is a little red marker on the ground. Everybody wants to get away from it. It does quite a bit of damage. There are collapsing stars all around the arena. You're going to want to assign a DPS or 2, depending on how many you have, to slowly stagger those down and try not to blow them up as Elgalon is cosmic smashing or phase punching. So your tanks are going to want to swap at 4 stacks, I believe. Then the next ability that Elgalon is going to do will be an ability called Big Bang. So it has a timer, as you can see, DBM does time it, and what's going to happen is these black markers or whirlies or whatever, void zones on the ground, you need to run into those to avoid Big Bang. Now one person has to stay out, otherwise Elgalon will automatically cast an ability that wipes the entire raid. Usually you'll have a tank doing this, with healers alternating cooldowns, but mages can take it with greater invisibility. Warlocks can take it with one of their cooldowns. Anybody with a big damage reduction can take it, basically. So if you stay out, it's going to probably kill you if you're a DPS and a healer without a cooldown. Tanks need to be a little bit wary as well, but we avoided that pretty easily with my Life Cocoon. We had 2 Disc Priests as well, so that was pretty easy peasy. Otherwise, the fight just continues on like this, on and on and on, until Elgalon reaches approximately 20%. At this point, the tanks need to switch. The off tank will take him, and the tank who was tanking needs to try and pick up these adds. Now, our tanks messed this up a little bit, and it got a bit messy, and as you can see here, I will die. But at this point, Elgalon was so low that the DPS just needed to keep burning, but basically the whole idea in this phase is to just go completely crazy. Some people would suggest saving heroism until this point, but I don't think it's particularly helpful, seeing as at this point you're losing people. But if you can successfully down Elgalon the Observer, you wait a few seconds once he finishes his little roleplay and declares Azeroth worth saving, and congratulations on your shiny new feat of strength and title. So that is Herald of the Titans, everybody, and thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.